On the stage of a dimly lit cabaret, Mr. K performs his magic routine. His illusions are genuinely impressive, yet the crowd barely notices him. Later that night, he checks into an old, isolated hotel, where the manager's dog greets him with a low growl. He's scheduled to perform at a local cafe the next morning, but when he asks for directions, the manager insists on completing the check-in first. After leading him to his room, she sternly explains the hotel's rules. In the hallway, Mr. K notices a young boy peeking around the corner. He performs a simple trick, releasing a glowing butterfly from his hand, but the boy bolts when the manager shoots him a disapproving glare. Settling in, Mr. K is startled to see a pair of legs sticking out from under his bed. When he kneels down, an elderly man stares back silently before crawling out and leaving. Moments later, a rustling sound leads K to open the wardrobe where a maid is hiding. Without a word, she exits as well. Curious and uneasy, K peers into the corridor to see both strangers whispering together until they notice him and walk away. When unpacking, Mr. K finds one of his posters, tears it in half, and completely misses the faint movement beneath the peeling wallpaper or the slow water drip. The next morning, as he prepares to leave, he playfully startles the maid, then notices the word Liberator scrawled in red on the wall. Trying to find an exit, he walks endlessly through identical corridors, every turn leading to a dead end. A strange metallic rumble comes from the pipes, which begin to shudder violently. The lights flicker, and odd noises echo through the walls. Suddenly, hidden panels open, and musicians march out playing deafeningly loud instruments. Startled, Mr. K runs while the band follows him. He rushes up a staircase to escape, only to find them trailing behind him again. An elderly woman opens her door to check the commotion, and K quickly hides in her room, only to realize there are two sisters inside. Overwhelmed, he faints. When he wakes up, he's lying on their couch. The sisters kindly introduce themselves and offer him coffee. Delighted to hear he's a magician, they ask if he ever saws people in half. Feeling uneasy, K excuses himself, and the sisters guide him to a floor map. He finds the "You Are Here" mark, but no exit. They explain they haven't left in years, their frail legs can't manage the stairs, and they have everything they need within the hotel. Apologetically, they suggest he seek help from the Oracle. Before leaving, K conjures a small flower for them. As he navigates the maze-like corridors, the lights flicker again. Children dart past him, laughing. He spots Melinda moving from one room to another and hurries to ask her for directions, but the door locks. Distracted, he doesn't notice the kids stealing one of his suitcases. When he chases them into another room, he finds only an empty closet. Suddenly, the band reappears, and two waiters rush into the same closet, so K follows. Inside, he stumbles into a banquet where Gaga, an eccentric woman, calls him our newest guest and pulls him to her table. While he worries about his suitcase, Gaga sends others to look for it, leaving K surrounded by waiters serving endless food. Each time he tries to peek into another room, a man conveniently blocks his view, endlessly praising Gaga. When she returns empty-handed, she lectures everyone about art, declaring her band to be on the tour of the century. Afterward, she departs for her bath, and the musicians shove K out as chaos fills the hallway. Checking his watch, he realizes he's missed his performance. A waiter stumbles, handing him a tray, and Melinda immediately drafts him into the waiter line, leading him downstairs into a vast, bustling kitchen. There, dozens of cooks prepare meals in perfect rhythm. Anton, one of the cooks, explains that Melinda is the head chef's daughter, and that K is lucky getting to work here is a privilege. To prove he doesn't belong, K performs juggling tricks with eggs, but Melinda coldly tells him to report for work the next morning. After the exhausting shift, K joins the workers in their cramped sleeping quarters, where everyone drinks and collapses together. That night, he dreams of a wall oozing blood from a deep crack. In the morning, Anton wakes him, and K realizes he's now wearing ragged clothes instead of his fine suit. Anton lends him a pair of pants from another worker. Back in the kitchen, K hears the pipes making unsettling noises, but Anton brushes it off as plumbing trouble. Frustrated, K attempts to leave when Melinda drags him into a storeroom. The encounter turns tense and confusing, an unspoken, impulsive moment that leaves him shaken. Later, the chef invites K for a long conversation about the perfection of eggs. He shares a drink, praises K's skill, and offers to mentor him. Returning to the room with books the chef gifted him, K shows them to Anton while casually doing tricks with soap bubbles. Then, the eerie pipe noises return. Investigating, he locks the door, trying to feel the vibration in the walls. When he enters the bathroom and closes the door, the knob suddenly rattles. A whispering voice asks if he's the Liberator. Hands suddenly reach under the door, grabbing at his legs. Panicking, he kicks them away, shouting that they've mistaken him for someone else. Only when he insists, "I'm no one," do the hands vanish. Shaken, he spends the night locked in the bathroom. The next morning, Anton finds him pale and sick. Kay notices Liberator scrawled on the walls again. Anton dismisses it as vandalism, and they return to the kitchen. While they work, Anton reveals he's been stuck here for 7 years and can't even remember the outside world. The manager soon enters, and her dog appears by Kay's feet. Kay tries to follow her but quickly loses her in the endless halls. Desperate to escape, he tells the chef he wants to quit, hoping to be kicked out. Instead, the chef offers him a promotion. When Kay refuses, the chef collapses in tears, clinging to him, begging him to stay. The chef gives him a taller hat and names him second in command, fueling Anton's jealousy. Later that night, Anton accuses Kay of being ambitious and selfish. Exhausted, Kay returns to his room, still haunted by the rumbling pipes. To test a theory, he ties a rope between the window and door before sleeping. In the morning, the rope sags. The room has shrunk. Kay proves this to Anton by showing he can now touch both walls at once. Anton doubts him until chaos erupts in the kitchen. There's less space and everyone is panicking. Kay urges evacuation, but the chef refuses, claiming they must keep cooking for guests. Enraged, Kay leaps onto the table, shouting that their lives matter more than food. The staff bang pots in defiance until the chef clutches his chest in pain and orders them to throw Kay out. Banished to the corridor, Kay sees furniture piling up, guests dumping items that no longer fit in their rooms. He helps the sisters move their couch as they mutter about the divine presence within the hotel. Later, Kay discovers a map hidden in his drawer as the tremors return. The walls groan, musicians march, the staff turn kitchen tools into instruments, and even the manager joins in the eerie celebration. Pipes burst, wallpaper peels, and Kay's room window shatters, throwing him back onto his bed. After the noise fades, he studies the walls through the broken glass. Hanging his map with gum, he adds a hand-drawn quarter, tosses out heavy furniture, and uses chalk to mark his exploration path. He notes corridors, turns, and rooms, building a massive diagram. The deeper he maps, the more disoriented he becomes. When stress overwhelms him, he yells through the window that he won't give up. Over time, hallways fill with discarded furniture. One night, he finds the manager's dog licking the wall. The lights go out, and a flashlight beam startles him. It's the same old man from under his bed. The man drops the flashlight and vanishes. When the power returns, the man stands silently at the corridor's end, refusing to answer Kay's questions. The next morning, the old man sleeps at Kay's feet. Later, he follows Kay around, silently eating a snack before disappearing again. Then, Kay sees something horrific, tentacles moving behind the wallpaper. Peeling it back, he discovers a living organism fused to the wall. When he touches it, the building quakes. The manager senses the disturbance and begins searching for the source. Kay tries to separate the creature from the wall with a tray, but the hotel shakes even harder. He flees back to his room, where the old man waits. After a few drinks, Kay turns and finds an entire family sitting quietly on his bed. Meanwhile, the manager tends to the strange organism, seemingly trying to preserve it. When Kay resumes mapping, more residents follow him through the corridors, whispering prayers, calling him Liberator. Realizing he can use their help, he hands them chalk and paper, urging them to map with him. They cheer and scatter to work, but when he returns later, he finds his room overrun. His food is gone, someone is brushing their teeth with his brush, and not a single map piece has been drawn. Furious, he tries to enforce rules, but no one listens. Seeking solitude, he visits the kitchen, now covered in moss and half collapsed. Anton greets him kindly, offering to pretend nothing happened, but Kay refuses to accept delusion. Anton tells him Kay's truth isn't better than anyone else's. When Kay tries to return to his room, bodies block the door. He sleeps in the corridor, the wallpaper drooping over him like a blanket. The next morning, a ringing phone wakes him. He bursts into his room, but someone else has already answered and hung up. Enraged, Kay attacks the man, accusing him of ruining everything. The others pull him off, calling him a liar who gave them false hope. Moss covers the corridor as a rabbit scurries by, leading Kay to his lost suitcase. Moments later, he spots men scrubbing his chalk marks from the walls. The same people he once rallied. Betrayed, Kay chases them into his room, swinging a broom wildly. After he calms down, he notices the hidden map pieces under the bed. Outside, objects fly past his window. The crowd is attacking. Kay breaks his bed to barricade the window, just as the ceiling light unscrews itself and falls. From the hole above, the sisters peek through, offering coffee. Kay returns to assembling his map. Deciding to search again, he opens the door but finds the angry crowd blocking his way, Anton and Melinda among them. He retreats, barricading the door while they pound and shout. The sisters call out from above, reminding him that the way out doesn't have to be the same way you came in. Mocking them, Kay opens drawers aimlessly until he shifts the wardrobe and gasps. Behind it, a grotesque tunnel pulsates, filled with the same tentacled organism. The sisters call it magnificent yet dreadful. Determined, Kay crawls inside, pushing through the slimy corridor until a faint light appears. A membrane blocks the exit, and beyond it, a squid-like creature stirs. Kay gently touches it, sensing its exhaustion and despair. Believing it deserves freedom, he presses forward. Meanwhile, the mob breaks into his room, mistaking the creature for the prophesied oracle. They flood the tunnel, trampling over each other, causing the creature agony. The walls quake as the manager rushes in, screaming for them to stop. She calls Kay a murderer, but he ignores her pleas and keeps pushing the membrane. Finally, the creature bursts through, light floods the darkness and everything dissolves. Mr. K floats weightlessly in the water as the freed creature wraps around his leg, gently pulling him toward the light above. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more stories like this. Thanks for watching.